With Sumeria owning the entire known world, the world was united according to the humans. However, this caused a depression from all the fighting. The people were very unhappy, and in 3654 BC, Sumeria broke into a civil war. The rebels attempted to gain control of Giza, but Sumeria pushed them back. But more of the army and people rebelled, and the rebels gained control of Egypt, Phoenix, and Rome. The rebels then reformed Egypt, Phoenix, and Rome. Another rebel group popped up in the southern Arabian Peninsula. They called themselves the Abjad Kingdom. They also made a small advancement into Israel. Rome also pushed into Greece. Sumeria realized they were going to fall. Then the rebels captured Sumeria's capital, Sumeria Shrine. The war lasted from 3654 BC to 3650 BC. The peace deal was everything was back to the way it was before, except Abjad would be a new country and Sumeria lost a lot of their territory. The peace treaty also stated that all the countries could not fight each other until 3300 BC. In Antarctica 3600 BC, the Villafens explored and found one new civilization, Penguolia. Penguolia was a nation in the western part of Antarctica, and they were a penguin empire where instead of having a king, they had an emperor. The emperor would be chosen based on who was the tallest. Penguolia sent some penguin troops to loot and raid Antcomportica, and this made Okjang mad. This caused the Okjang-Penguoli War. Penguolia and Okjang did not border each other, so they had to send troops to fight with each other in the cold. Eventually most of each side's troops froze to death, so they just made a peace treaty. The peace treaty made it so that Penguolia and Okjang were not allowed to go to war for 1,000 years. In 3559 BC, Egypt and Phoenix united and renamed themselves to the Egyptian Phoenician Sultanate. In 3500 BC, the Egyptian Phoenician Sultanate built a giant sphinx in Giza which overlooks the city. In 3449 BC, Rome broke into a civil war. The rebels wanted to make Rome a dictatorship instead of a republic. The rebels captured the city of Rome. However, the Roman government set up defenses around the city of Rome so that the rebels could not push outside the city. The rebels also lost the northern half of the city. Eventually the rebels fell and Rome was at peace again. The war only lasted 3 weeks. The war was named the 3 Weeks' War. However, in Greece trouble was brewing. There were some raiders invading the northeast section of the country. They were stopped pretty quickly by Greece building a wall around its border. In 3400 BC, Egypt Phoenix started to stock up on food because a famine was coming from the Sahara Desert. The famine did hit, however the people didn't starve due to the fact that they stocked up on food. In 3393 BC, Sumeria invented the wheel. Egypt Phoenix's famine stopped in 3333 BC. Then they decided to build a pyramid in the capital city of Giza. It was finished in 3300 BC.